Evening all, I hope you had a very good New Year's Eve, and I wish you all a brilliant 2025. Just a couple of things. The total so far is, I believe, £260 for Bluebell Wood. It's not transferred over yet. I don't think they do it until the 7th of January, but I will keep you all updated. At the weekend, I'm going to launch another draw, but I'm not going to show you what cards they are yet. And I think that's it. So thank you for your support up to now. Thank you for your continued support. Many people watch my videos and don't subscribe. So if you think I'm worth a subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and all the usual. Please, all comments are welcomed. And that's about all I've got to say for that. Anyway, this reading is something that was asked for quite a while ago, but it's been on my list. I've got a very long list. 2 people have asked for the same subject, if you like. So Andrea has asked, will Arla lose money? And Yvonne has asked for an Arla update. Now, we need to just note that it's not just Arla that is using this Bovaer in their milk and other products. It's also Muller. So any milk, cheese, creams, any ready-made meals that use milk and creams and things like that that belong to the supermarkets that are using this or trialling this, you need to be very careful of. You also need to be careful of something that Asda is trialling, and that is a chemical coating that they're putting on their fruits and vegetables, and it's called Apeel. A-P-E-E-L. It's one of Bill Gates's pet projects. It's a chemical to keep fruits and vegetables living a lot longer. I'll leave it to you to research what's in that. And for you to make your own mind up. So, I've got Animal Spirit Oracle by Kim Grants, which is this one. And I've got the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, which I don't have a box for because they are generic. So I think I'm going to take, I'll take an Oracle. See where we are. As far as... what's this Arla? I think Arla have already lost quite a bit of money. I've been in the supermarket because I do go in from time to time for bits and things that you can't buy from local sources. And notice that the price of Lurpak's gone down quite substantially. That's amazing, isn't it? And the prices are going down quite a lot of their products, which makes me wonder whether they're just literally going to throw it away, just going to give it away because they can't sell it as much. And I have also noticed people just buying the stuff, not whether they know about it or if they just don't care. I don't know. But everywhere on the internet, in Google's telling you it's safe. Of course they are. So let's have an Animal Spirit for Arla and Muller, because Muller are also using this stuff, and see if they are going to lose money. I've found that if you are going to, I've spoken to people and they've said if you are going to buy stuff from the supermarket, they're not actually advertising that it comes from Arla or Muller dairies. A lot of the stuff doesn't say where it comes from. If it says a particular farm, I would Google that farm and ask them directly, or Google it and see if they use Bovaer in their dairy feed. So we've got the Stingray and we've got the Peacock. So I would say with these, in fact, I'm going to get the book because I have an idea, but I have an idea what I'd want to say, but I don't want to say it wrong. Stingray. Stingray. A pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So basically, this is basically saying that this thing's going to keep going. They are now hit with a dilemma. I do believe that they are losing money. And this dilemma is if we stop using Bovaer, then we're not net zero, and then we're not going to get all the perks from large corporations that own mostly everything that we own. Everything that we buy is owned by two or three very large companies run by faceless individuals. And that's where the push is coming from. So they're in a dilemma. They can't sell the stuff because we don't want it, but they can't not put it in. So I'm wondering whether they are about... The dilemma is, it seems like shit or bust here. And the peacock, the show off. The peacock. Come on, peacock, where are you? Peacock. Peacock. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think if it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbour resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. So, in its aspect that it does have difficulty digesting situations. So I think what we're finding is that companies like Arla, especially Arla, because they're the ones that have been cited, and the Mullers have sort of flown under... Well, it's definitely flown under my radar. I didn't realise Muller was involved with it as well. Luckily, I don't buy any of their stuff. I mean, I haven't done for years, but they're going to find this situation very difficult to come to terms with, because they are in a bind. They're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't now. So that's your animal spirits, so I'll pop them there. So let's have a look. Arla. Muller, Arla. All these chemicals that they're spraying on our food, and apparently this appeal stuff, you can't wash it off. So you are forced, even if you wash, say it was coated in, they'd coated an apple in this appeal stuff, and Asda are using it. If you try to wash it off, you cannot wash it off. You've got no choice but to either eat the peel or peel it. But I'm not sure whether the appeal coating goes through into the flesh of the fruits and vegetables. I mean, my guess is, even if you take the outer leaves off a cabbage or whatever, has it gone through to the centre? I don't know. I mean, I don't eat that kind. I don't buy from Asda anyway. So, but it's not very obvious that it's on there, and how legal is that? So Arla, we've got the King of Swords. We've got the Magician. Nine of Swords. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see. Oh, bloody hell, I've not put my light on. Hang about. Oh, where is it? Oh, shine a light. Sorry about that, everybody. Forgot to put my light on. So we've got the King of Swords, Magician, Nine of Swords. Let's tell us a story then. So they've had this bright idea, okay, a very clever idea. They've magicked up this fantastic idea in order to save the planet, to stop cows farting. It's actually creating them a hell of a lot of anxiety, and it goes back to those two cards, the stingray and the peacock. They're in a situation now where they are in a massive bind, because if they don't stop using it, they will lose money and possibly go out of business. And if they do stop using it, they will lose their backing. Which is more important? And so what is more important? We've got the good old days when everything was okay, nice and rosy. So we've got the Six of Cups. This is going back, nostalgia, going back to the past times, happy past times. We've got the Eight of Swords. Trapped. They can't get out of this now. They've started it and they've got to finish it. And if that means I'm going bust, it means I'm going bust. And then we've got the Three of Wands. So all the plans have been made. They've made all the plans. Oh, is it plan? No, it's a two. So now they're starting to make new. So they'll start to make new plans. Let me just move me doodahs. Oh, I'm not weight today. Right. Let me have a swig of my tea. Right. We've got this fantastic idea. Bovaer. This Bovaer to stop cows from farting and save the universe. They've magicked up this way of doing it, the way of introducing it, of testing it on to see how it goes. Okay, so they're experimenting, and we are part of that experiment right now. They say they've done trials on it. I would Google some of those trials and I would have a good look at them. I'm not going to say anything here while my phone's switched on, but it would interest you very much if you're still drinking milk with Bovaer in it to go and read those trials. The EU say it's nice, safe and effective. Where have we heard that before? Anyway, so they've conjured up a way of doing it. It's actually, they've started it. It all went off fantastic. All the accolades from all the mainstream media. Oh, this is fantastic. We're going to save the earth. The cows are no longer going to fart. But the people don't want it. And they are losing money. I'm sure they are losing one hell of a lot of money. It will be interesting to see what their profits are when they announce their profits, since they introduced that. But we'll have a way to go before we actually see that, because it's only, as far as I'm aware, they started this back in March. So people aren't buying it. Lots of people are, but many people aren't. And it's creating anxiety. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Someone's up all night. Someone who's high up in Bovaer, in Arla and Muller, are now worried sick about their position, because they've made a bad move. They're going back to the time, their mind's going back to the time, because this is all swords. The mind's going back to the time when everything was okay, when they were just a dairy, where they just collected milk from farmers all over the country, stuck their label on it and distributed it. Happy times, everything was fine. You know, everybody's cups were overflowing, everything was in the garden, it was rosy. But this fantastic idea and the way of doing it has tied them up. They've tied themselves up with it, because people aren't buying it anymore. The people who are interested in their own health are starting to look into what brands can you have that don't have an Arla or a Muller label on it. And they are their hands are now tied because they are now stuck. It feels like their only option is to go bust in a lot of ways, because if they continue with the Bovaer, they're going to go under anyway. They pay the farmers absolute a pittance for supplying the milk in the first place. If you look at how cheap milk is in the supermarkets, how much is the farmer getting for that? Not very much, actually. So they're in a bind because people aren't buying it. So they're either going to have to make their operation much smaller and take the hit profit-wise, or they're going to have to stop doing it and take the hit from the people who fund them. And that would be a brave move, but it would be a good move. It would be a good move for them, and it would be a good move for the country. But I think that leap of faith, they're not willing, they're too tied up with it to actually think that they could actually step out and take a leap of faith. And this one, this Two of Wands, they didn't plan for this to happen, but now they've got to make other plans. They've now got to adjust their plan because it's not working out the way they expected it to. I think they expected the whole population to go, oh great, cows won't fart anymore and we're not going to die. And give cows all these chemicals and we don't mind. I think they overlooked the fact that people woke up dramatically over the last 4 years, particularly since 2020. So now they're having to make new plans in order to get themselves out of this bind that they're in. It's a massive dilemma. This is a massive dilemma they're in. So let's have a look at what outcomes are we looking at then. What outcomes are we looking at for Arla and Muller? See, the sneaky thing about it is they don't even put on the labels that it's Arla dairy. A lot of the dairies, a lot of the Arla milk, they're not putting it's an Arla dairy on it. They're just saying the name of the dairy, and it's for you to look up the dairy and look up their website and see if they are actually saying they don't use Bovaer. And the reputable dairies will say on their front page, their first page will be, we do not and will never use Bovaer. Right, so we've got the Queen of Swords. I'm going to take two more because she could mean anything. So the outcomes, Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and Justice. So the people have spoken. People have voted with their feet and run a million miles away from anything containing Bovaer. This is authority. So it looks like the authorities are getting involved, have got involved. I think it feels like there's going to be a challenge in court, or some sort of challenge. This is a challenge to this situation with Arla and Muller using this Bovaer and not clearly labelling the products. I think there's going to be a challenge to do with that. But in the end, we have justice. So the best potential outcome for Arla and Muller right now, and for us, is that justice will prevail. Now the justice card doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get what you want. But the justice card means that whatever the outcome, it will be fair. It will be fair. So possibly they'll decide that, yeah, you carry on using Bovaer, but you're going to have to make people aware of it because they're all boycotting all supermarket milk and we're losing too much money. So you're going to have to label it so that people can go for supermarket milk knowing that they can choose the one that's got Bovaer in or not. So that feels like that's the update so far. Potential update, because we haven't got to the end of the story. We're still very much at the beginning of the Arla, Muller, Bovaer appeal story. So that's your reading. Yvonne and, is it Yvonne and, let me just check it, Yvonne and Andrea. So that's your reading for tonight, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you've found some interesting bits of information. And I would check out the appeal substance that's been sprayed all over your fruit and veg at Asda. Right, I'm going. And I'll see you tomorrow night for your next episode of Straighten Your Crown Tarot. Thanks for watching. Take care. Ta-ra!